morning, good afternoon, good evening from every zone that you're meeting. Thank you so much for taking the time to join today's webinar. I'm Marina Biniari, an Associate Professor in Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and also the Director of the MSc in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So it's a great pleasure to welcome you and a great honor to meet with you today. First of all, to introduce you to the MSc, but also broadly to introduce you to the Business School of the University of Sussex.
Yes.
So everybody can hear me, I guess, correctly. So there's no doubt that we are living in a world of uncertainty, volatility, and complexity that changes quite fast. In such work conditions, basically what we do and how we conduct it has changed a lot. And this is a new world where entrepreneurship, innovation, and technological advancements have converged. Within such conditions, skills, mindsets, capabilities, and not just knowledge are key in helping you sustain a successful career. It is within such environments that organizations need creative, agile, and resilient professionals who can lead new business opportunities and new business models. By joining our MSc in Entrepreneurship and Innovation, you're joining the next generation of leaders who are able not just to found their own new ventures, but also champion new business and products within organizations and sustain social enterprises. You will learn how to create value and also to sustain growth through responsible entrepreneurial action and innovation initiatives. Our course goes beyond just the creation of new ventures. You will gain knowledge, confidence, but also practical skills, which is extremely important in today's world to take decisive entrepreneurial action regardless of your career path. You will graduate as an entrepreneurially minded individual, equipped with the skills to identify, build, and lead viable business opportunities in any sector, country, or context. During your studies and during this year that you're going to spend with us, you'll be able to apply academic knowledge to real-world problems, including creating your own venture, working on the challenges a social enterprise faces, taking an internship, which is for our first year for the students that will join us in 2026, is going to be a guaranteed internship. And also, you're going to be conducting your research project on a real entrepreneurial or innovative challenge that a company is facing. By the end of the MSc, you will be able to capture all these learning objectives. Very important for us is that you're going to be able to evaluate and synthesize theoretical but practical knowledge in the fields of entrepreneurship and innovation. We want our graduates to be knowledgeable, up to date with the latest developments, both in the literature but also in the practice. And in parallel, we invest heavily in helping you develop critical and analytical skills, which are needed to make and implement reasoned and creative contributions to problem solving. You'll be able to reflect also on ethical, moral, and sustainability issues around the fields of entrepreneurship and innovation, because we really inspire to make you responsible leaders of such initiatives. You're going to be able to evaluate and apply relevant qualitative and quantitative social science research skills, which are highly needed. You're going to be able to graduate and communicate and articulate effectively your entrepreneurial ideas and innovative solutions through different formats and to different audiences. For example, through pitches. You're also going to be able to enact essential skills such as creativity, self-awareness, proactiveness, leadership, independence, reflexivity, and teamwork. But very, very importantly for us, and I guess for you, is also you're going to have the opportunity to apply all these skills to startup venture creations, to solve innovative, complex problems, and to design entrepreneurial initiatives within organizations and communities. Let's go a bit more into detail into the structure of our course. As you will see here, our modules are distributed over three semesters. In the first semester, you're going to be able to be taking 4 core modules and 1 optional module, and these are basically the foundational knowledge you're going to receive in the first semester, in order in the second semester to choose 3 core modules among new venture creation, entrepreneurial finance, and applied research methods, and 2 optional modules. In the third semester, you're going to be working on your research project. In between, you have the option to undertake your internship in an organization. And this can happen from the first semester, second semester, or even during the time that you're going to be taking your research project. The range of our modules are around of our optional modules are around 4 main areas: marketing, digitalization, sustainability, and innovation. But more importantly, by taking our modules, and also by enrolling in our program, you're going to be joining an entrepreneurial ecosystem, which is going to enable you to build your social capital and connections. You're going to build your employability skills through the Sussex University Entrepreneurship and Career Hub, an award-winning professional service function within the university that has really enabled many of our graduates, not only just to secure a job, but really much to foster the skills. You're going to become a member of the Sussex Business Society, which is a university student-led community here in the University of Sussex. You're going to meet founders and be inspired through the Sussex Innovation Centre. You're going to participate if you wish, but also if this is something that you want to continue even after graduation, in the Startup Sussex competition. But also, you're going to find out more about the local entrepreneurship ecosystem through the Sussex Chamber of Commerce. And very importantly, you're going also to be able to participate and attend events organized by Silicon Brighton. For example, this June, our current cohort of students are going to participate in the Evolve 26 event that takes place in Brighton. We take a lot of pride, but also a lot of care in the approach that we take in order to organize your learning. We recognize that knowledge comes in many forms, and we have leveraged this plurality, both in how we assess your progress, but also your performance, but also in how we deliver our teaching. More importantly, we take extra care to bridge the gap between academic theory and knowledge in real problems. So as you can see here, we put a lot of emphasis in the multidisciplinarity approach that we take in this MSc, but also the opportunities that we have created for you to develop competencies by engaging in a range of assessments, not just only reports and exams, but also reflective essays, teamwork, and presentations. Very important for us is the hand-on experience. So we have distributed this hand-on experience across our 2 semesters, and of course during the research project that you can be doing. And of course, we engage very closely with guest speakers and with real-world projects. Entrepreneurship for us and innovation is something that is context-based, but at the same time very international. And this is also reflected both in both the nationalities, but also in the experiences of our prestigious academics that they're involved in supporting you in this learning journey. So you're going to be taught and supervised by leading academics in a range of different topic areas in entrepreneurship and innovation, and you will have the opportunity to work closely with them either through your individual module projects, but also through your research project. But more importantly, you're going to be able to be introduced to the research that they are conducting, and also the engagement that these professors and academics they have with the local and broader entrepreneurship and innovation environment. Throughout your degree, you're going to receive a lot of academic support, both in terms of academic advisors that they will be allocated to you, and you're going to be able to discuss with them your academic progress, but also receive support in developing your skills, but also through the academics, both at the level of the module conveners, who will have all the teaching staff in our university. They have dedicated student hours where you can seek clarification on your evaluations, you can get support on your individual modules performance, but also overall support and advice on what the future should be for you or what your future career should be for you. And personally, myself as a course director, I spend a lot of time talking to our cohorts, creating a lot of social events for them, but also teaching for them the research project module. So I engage very closely with our cohort in the second and third semester of their studies. When it comes to employability, for us is very important. And what we observe so far by looking across our alumni, but also by considering how this degree can equip you for careers in different fields, we can identify that potential pathways for you can be not just only being a founder of startups or social enterprises, but also aiming towards positions such as growth or business development managers within existing organizations of medium or small size, or even family businesses. We also see that a lot of our graduates, they are taking entrepreneurial positions within international big organizations as new business developers or growth managers or even innovation leaders. We see a lot of our graduates also pursuing career as consultants, as business analysts in venture capital firms or venture capital funds. We see also some of our graduates working as business innovation managers within universities or acting as impact or general managers in social enterprises. We also recognize that depending on the countries or depending on the career aspirations of our graduates, quite a few of them, they will undertake positions as researchers in NGOs or governmental agencies, or they will become mentors or directors of accelerator programs back in their own home countries. And of course, why not? Quite a lot of our graduates are already acting as CEOs of companies. And these are just an example of the range of the positions, but also of the background of the current career paths that some of our graduates have taken. And these are only a handful of our more than 300 graduates that we have been able to produce over the years. What is very important also in this MSc is that we see your employability, not just something that is an outcome or something that is happening at the end or as a byproduct of your degree. We are building and working on your employability by taking a portfolio view of how you're creating and capturing value during your studies. So from the beginning, we try to explain and we actually to introduce it to you that through this MSc, you're not getting only new access to knowledge, but also to competencies, new behaviors, and new connections. So it's very important for us to start coaching you and helping you. And this is something that we have been doing for the first year, this academic year, the 25-26, where we are introducing our cohort in such a process where they are actively and consciously and purposefully, if you like, identify what are the key goals that they want to achieve in any of these areas. And then they try to see how individual modules, projects, assignments, interactions can really help them to fill them. And also to collect evidences and create a portfolio that evidence and document all this articulation and development of new knowledge, new competencies, new behaviors, and new connections that they are able to achieve through our MSc. But also, as I already mentioned, employability is very well supported by our team, an award-winning careers and entrepreneurship team, which provides specialist support throughout your studies and up to 3 years after graduation. Through the career and careers and entrepreneurship team, also you're going to have access to additional master classes and guest lectures, and also projects that can be carried out in real organizations, and these can be your extra curriculum activities. Who should join this course? When we look at the background of our previous cohorts, but also when we reflect who could benefit from such a degree, we recognize that individuals who have a background who are subject specialists in engineering, in economics, in health, psychology, or even science and IT, and they would like to, in the future, to take a managerial or leadership position within organizations, and they can apply this knowledge through the skill set of entrepreneurship innovation, this is a master's for you. Also, additionally, if you have graduated from a subject area that you have really enjoyed, such as business, English, history, geography, developmental studies, sociology or philosophy, and you really want to reinforce even further your career by developing new skills, new expertise, and developing new experiences in the entrepreneurship and innovation field, again, this is the appropriate MSc for you, where you can gain core skills that they're going to help you advance your your prospect regarding your career. In terms of our entry requirements, in terms of the English language requirements, there is a standard 6.0 overall, including at least a 5.5 in each components of the IELTS test. And of course, in terms of your degree requirements, you should have at least a lower second class 2.2 in the UK graduate honors degree or above, including an average mark of at least 57%. The application deadline for our MSc is the 1st of August of 2026 for international students and the 1st of September for the UK-based students. Please also remember that this MSc is offered both as a full-time but also on a part-time basis. In the part-time basis, you can spread the undertake of those modules throughout these 2 years. And I guess this gives you more flexibility to combine it with work requirements. More information about the details on our prospectus, the details of the different modules can be found, of course, at the website of the MSc at the University of Sussex. In terms of fees and scholarships, again, more details are provided at the website, but here just indicative some of the scholarships which you can apply in advance, and as you are navigating how can I sponsor this degree, either in a full or part-time basis. For more details, please check this website. The fees does funding at master's scholarships, because it gives you a lot of details of how whether you're eligible for different scholarships and financial support depending your country. So it will be important for you to check this website. The uniqueness of our business school is that we collaborate across disciplines to shape global issues in business management and society, making an impact on policy and people. We understand how innovation arises, and this is something that we are known not only just in terms of our teaching, but also in terms of our research. We know also how how complex and how uncertain the innovation and entrepreneurial process can be, and this is something that we try to capture and to incorporate into our MSc, so you can benefit from this. But also, we understand as a business school, the role of organizational design and the impact of policy on innovation. So by joining our MSc, you're also joining a global business school, which has been recognized by international bodies, accreditation bodies, but also by rankings as top in the world, but also in the UK. Our university also, and specifically our business school, has been accredited by Equis and also is currently in the group of being accredited, and also from the Association of the MBA accredited and other organizations that accredit the quality of our teaching and also of our modules and of our courses. Equis is one of the most comprehensive institutional accreditation system for business and management schools, and we are proud to say that even recently we received another extension of our accreditation, illustrating once again the quality and also the high quality and high educational standards of our degrees here at the business school. You're going to be joining a business school also, our business school is also a STEAM alumni network. And this is also something very significant and something important. Over the last 3 years, the university has created an online alumnus network, which is called Sussex Connect. And through this network, as graduate of the university, you have the opportunity to team up with a mentor and also connect with individuals in different industries, in different countries, that they will be useful and instrumental for you, for your career or for your projects, or for just connecting with similar alumnus from different parts of the world. And this is a very important asset that we are capitalizing on, and we think that is extremely important in such an uncertain and volatile world. Our university is located at a very accessible and unique location. Our beautiful campus is located at Falmer, which is only 10 minutes away from Brighton, one of the UK most iconic cities. The University of Sussex itself is only a few, is in a very easy and close reach from London, but also from major international airports such as Gatwick and Heathrow. So that makes it extremely accessible, and is located very close to Brighton, which is one of the most beautiful and also sunny places in the UK. Very important for us is also that we have invested as a university over the years in ensuring high quality student support services. Very important for us is the student center, but also all the support that we are offering through academic success advisors, mentors, and well-being ambassadors. And we have a very well-established international student support team. In terms of our facilities, over also the last 10 years, the university has invested significantly in improving facilities, both in terms of accommodation, but also in terms of restaurants, cafeterias, the gyms, and the overall quality of our campus. So it's a very pleasant and a nice place for you to be, enjoy, and focus on your studies while exploring how best you can utilize this 1 or 2 years you're going to spend here at Sussex in order to make the best out of it. So this concludes my first part of my presentation. I'm going to stop sharing, and before I do so, I would like to introduce you to our 2 recent graduates, Rotimi and Maureen, that they're going to share with us their experiences. Thank you. Maureen, would you like to go first, or Rotimi?
Oh, yes. Hi, everyone who is on the call. Thank you so much, Marina, for such a detailed presentation. For me, I am a graduate for 2025. My name is Maureen Lembris-Mole. I currently work at Tanzania Startup Association as the ecosystem manager. Tanzania Startup Association, we are known for advocacy for startups and entrepreneurs in Tanzania. Because the country we come from, we have had SME policy that is like 25 years old. But recently, there's been a rapid increase of startups in areas of tech, innovation, and all the changes that are happening globally. So as Tanzania Startup Association, we champion mostly policy, having a policy for startups, having a country recognition for what startup is and all that. We also help in regulations. So what we do for startups and entrepreneurs is come in to help them get regulations. So we have some sort of old regulations, but when you have new technologies and new businesses coming to the market, and it's the same regulations of licensing and operation, we have to we regulate by law with the government, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, and all that, to ensure that they are known. We champion sandboxes. We've championed sandbox with Bank of Tanzania to allow fintechs to pilot under the sandbox before they go to the market. This is also part of ensuring that the government has some sort of managing of the innovations, which is one of the courses I took at University of Texas, managing innovations. But otherwise, I work with entrepreneurs. I've been mentoring entrepreneurs in Tanzania and East Africa at several capacities. And for me, I joined University of Sussex just because I really wanted to study in innovation and entrepreneurship. I come from a background where I did a Bachelor of Science, majoring in biology and chemistry. But for the past 4 years before joining University of Sussex, I have been working the program and so that's it to credibility in terms of why what you support startup, what should we trust your expertise, should we bank on to in this ecosystem. I when was my experience. I had a very experience at University of Sussex. For me personally, one of the things was what I got from the English language, ELAS, English Language Society, Hili in Tanzania.
I don't know if that's the same for you, Marina. I think we might have just lost connection with Maureen there.
Correct, I think so.
Okay, maybe we could move on to Rotimi. And Maureen, if you can hear this, just let us know if you're able to pop back on, but I think we might have a connection issue on our side, I'm afraid.
Yes.
I'm so sorry about my network. I think it was my network or something. Yes, so I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you, Maureen. Thank you.
Yes. So I was also sharing my experience with the English language support that we got, specifically in areas of, yes, you know what you want to say, you know the feedback you want to give, you know the answers, but how do you actually present it? There was a very good support from the English language center. And then the entrepreneurship one. I had a very good experience from Sussex Centre, we went to one. So for me, that was me learning how, which has now allowed me to somehow bring that knowledge back into my country. So
Maureen, can I just, sorry, Maureen, can
by
I?
the government to join of a committee is going to.
I think we might move on to Rotimi if that's okay, Maureen, just because we are having quite a few internet issues. But maybe if you have anything else to add, you could drop it in the chat so people can see any further comments that you have. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Marina, for that explicit explanation. It's actually did justice to what I was my storytelling, because you've done all the background, and I know our audience are looking forward to the practical implementation of what you said. Before I start, I want to actually, I'm not happy with you because the new innovation, the new addition that you did, it would have been so helpful to me, because a lot of effort was put into getting myself to where I am, unlike now that it's just like a plug and play for the people who are coming in. So if you are coming in, there's already a plug and play effort that's been put ahead of you. But my name is Rotimi Aruge. I graduated from University of Ilorin in Nigeria 22 years before I came to the University of Sussex. So I already have 22 years gap before I came in, because I'm the kind of person I don't study when it's not applicable. If it's not going to be practical, I don't bother, because right after Sussex, I saw the need for a PhD. I'm right now working on something that I want to go with in the University of Southampton. I will be talking about that before, after I finish with the University of Sussex. I studied linguistics and Nigerian languages in University of Ilorin, and I went into logistics, into construction, into a lot of stuff in between that period. But I knew that something was missing. As much as I was versatile, I was a street man, I was doing all of these things, but I wanted academic validation, and I also wanted a proof that I was even doing the right thing. And that is exactly why I picked entrepreneurship and innovation. So that when I come into the four wall, I will now match what I do in real life with what the academians are saying, and I'll be able to judge. But then I was highly and heavily impacted by all my modules were very, very, very relatable. Are you talking about design thinking? The full course title is Design Thinking for Innovative Problem Solving. From the title alone, you are able to see what the module is all about, for innovative problem solving. That is what that course is all about. And Gulf Papez is a superhero. She's one of my major mentors. When I spoke to her about my ideas and where I'm coming from, she said this is not just an idea, it's a mission. You know, for somebody who's your teacher to be able to scan through and tell you where you are going before you even started, that gave me the idea that, my idea is a mission. I was an accident prevention advocate in Nigeria. Why? Because my wife had an accident 20 years ago. She was in a major accident, and then that accident escalated. And I now studied what United Nations is talking about road accident. I found out that United Nations wants to bring down effect of accidents by 50% before year 2030. I said, okay, I need to key in there. For me to just key into a United Nations agenda, it's not just going to be an ordinary effort. I must go with an academic body. And that's exactly why I came prepared. When I came to the University of Sussex. So in the process, I speak, everybody knows who I'm, the road safety man, I'm the accident man and all that. And you see everybody contributing, even lecturers will come and they will say, I found this very relevant. I think it's going to help you. I remember one day, Dr. Kamarani, he said, what you told me about, have you ever considered this particular concept? It was designated drivers campaign. It was invented or innovated by the medical students in Harvard. And that was very helpful for my lecturer to be able to think about it and just point me to it instead of me stumbling into it by mistake or something. That was a very positive one. And I moved further to see a lot of other things that I learned from my other modules. Is it new venture creation and simulation? This particular module is very, 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 very good, because we even had a simulator where we had a program, and then that simulator was able to help us. We traded in real life. We had groups here and there. We spent money and all that. It was game-like, and then it helped us to be able to understand that we should take risk at that, which calculated risk. You know, we should take a calculated risk, and then those risk is not, you don't dabble into a business without really, really planning it. Then if you come out of it, then you should be able to go back again better off, So these are things that we learned. Even Dr. Chris was able to show us new product developments. So you develop a new product, and you can take existing products to an old market, or you take a new product to a new market. It depends. They all vary. For instance, I'm into bicycle charity right now. I created Gabriel Rotimi Aroge Foundation. I know probably most people would have seen it online. I created it from activities of the classroom, new venture creation. These bicycles are not new in Nigeria. Bicycles are used for sports. Bicycles are used for what else? They use it for sports, and they use it in the rural areas to go to the farm and all that. But I was taking something that they're already familiar with, and I'm bringing it in a way that they have never seen before. Now, I'm bringing bicycle into the urban centers. Why? The times are right. The president came, he removed fuel subsidy, transportation escalated, people could not afford transportation, so many children are dropping out of school and all that. So with all I am looking at from the modules, I was able to build it around my road accident prevention, because United Nations said we should make cycling safe, make walking safe. It's part of the United Nations Global Road Safety Week. It happens every May. Then I now looked at who is more vulnerable to accidents. The people who are more vulnerable are cyclists and pedestrians. My big idea contest that I did, I was in the big idea contest. I also want the new intakes to understand that there are many contests in the school. They will challenge you. They will help you. You'll be matched with mentors from around Brighton and all over, and they will build your capacity. They will build your ideas into something that you'll be proud of yourself. The idea was top 6 in University of Sussex. The road accident was top 6, and that earned me a place at Sussex Innovation Centre. This is an incubator that has brought 700 businesses to real life. Sussex Innovation Centre has created 700 businesses. 2 of them are PLC, and we are affiliated with that. And I had a seat in the Innovation Centre, and I still get coached and mentored today. So Innovation Centre was able to help me build my idea to the point where I was able to attract a UK charity that has done 6 African countries and 28 years in Africa. There's just no way on earth that an idea would attract such a big player. It's not possible without the university, without this course, without the Innovation Center. So that's part of what Marina was saying, that they built all the ecosystem, which any new student can just jump in and take advantage. So I had this knowledge, I had my mind prepared, and I was able to walk through those competitions, the entrepreneurship lab. I was able to get into the Innovation Center, and then they were able to help me build that infrastructure, that foundation, such that other partners were seeing me from a different lens. They were not seeing me as just one idea guy who may not be consistent, who may be very vulnerable. They were seeing me on a strong platform. I remember the executive director of Recycle Bike to Africa driving all the way from Colchester to Brighton. She said, as we considered your letter, we work with established organizations. We never work with a startup, but we are going to give this a try. I'm coming to the Innovation Center to see you and Peter. Those were her statements. When she came to the Innovation Center, Peter Lane was there. That was my capability coach, seconded by the university to coach me on the big idea. Then Peter Lane, myself, then I called the Brighton Bike Hub and the rest. They came. When we finished talking to her, she said, okay, let's go to Nigeria. Let's go see your opportunities that are in Nigeria. We flew to Nigeria. We saw Nigeria. When we came back, they said, okay, we give you 1,000 bicycles to start a pilot. Normally, pilots and MVPs are always maybe like 30 bicycles, 50 bicycles, something small. They said, our minimum is a container, and we'll give it to you. Just like that. And that is the game changer. And that is how this whole thing started, and it's been so awesome because I came to Sussex. Anyway, I had a prior knowledge of this from somebody who came through Sussex. Anyway, maybe I would not have been prepared. Maybe that 1 year would have taken me aback, and then I would have missed it. So my younger sister actually went to the Sussex Business School, and she told me that if you want to crystallize all your idea, come to University of Sussex. So I already had that knowledge. So that was why I was very prepared. Anyway, so when I came in there, I was able to get all of this put in place. And right now, I am going into a PhD in mobility, the gap in the mobility, because what I do, we give children who walk many miles to school on foot bicycles to close that educational gap. over 30 million children have that. They are out of school in Nigeria. Over 30 million are out of school. And then when governments provide free education, they think they've done everything, but they forgot that there's still that access problem. And that is what I learned from Professor Andrew's program. There was a case study, the Aravind Eye Care System in India, where they gave free eye care tests, opportunity to the people, the villagers, and then they didn't show up. They didn't show up, and the organizers were wondering what happened. They now dug deeper and found out that the problem was mobility. That is why they didn't come. And they had to solve that problem through the design thinking, bringing a lot of people at the same time, bringing a lot of professionals to come and do the job. So charging premium rate for 25% of those who could pay, and using it to sort the problem of the 75% who cannot pay. Exactly that model that I'm applying right here in Nigeria. And the truth is that I have been able to create a blue ocean. I've been able to create a niche. Last month, or in January, the British Cycling Federation came to Nigeria. They wanted to find out how they can grow cycling at the grassroots. 3 organizations were at the panel. The psychology, the elite groups, the governor and the rest are part of that group. People who cycle are mixed escorts, police and the rest will stay with them and they cycle safe. The Lagos State Ministry of Sports were also on that panel as the panelists. Then we were given the opportunity to speak. We're just 1 year old, but we have substance. We have substance to engage the British Cycling Federation when they came to Nigeria. And then at the end of the day, the British Cycling Federation says, oh, these are the people we really want to work with. People who are trying to make cycling work at the grassroots. That is the practicality of what this program has been able to do for us. I can keep talking on and on. The whole time is not definitely going to be enough, definitely. But I know that I have been able to look into a few of the areas where this program has helped me. All of the modules have been very useful, very, very useful, wonderful. Marketing, the digital economy, the cluster. Kamarani helped us to understand that we should gravitate towards those clusters where we can share resources, share connections, share everything that will make us better. That is exactly the concept of that digital economy. So I would like to leave the stage for now so that we can entertain questions. I know that we have less than 20 minutes to go. So that is me for you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks so much, Rotimi. So I think, Marina, unless there was anything you wanted to add, we can move on to questions, or is there anything else you'd like to share before we do that?
No, for me, I'm fine. And thank you so much to both Maureen and Rotimi for sharing their experiences. I appreciate it a lot. So I'm really also happy that I was able to make justice to your experience through this presentation.
Perfect. Yes, thank you everyone so much. And just because not everybody may not have seen it in the comments, but Maureen did add to her bit, because obviously we had a slight connection issue earlier. Upon completion, I have been well positioned for new roles within the innovation ecosystem in Tanzania. Also, the support from the research supervisors and entrepreneurship support team post the course, there is also lots of support and recommendations. So thanks so much to both Maureen and Rotimi. So we do have a few questions in the Q&A, and we've got about 15 minutes left, so we'll go through those now. The first question we've got is, you mentioned an Evolve event in Brighton. Could you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, certainly. So thank you for the question. Evolve 26 is an event that apparently is organized by the Silicon Brighton, which is technology-driven kind of connection of companies that they have an entrepreneurial interest. So you can see the silicon part of the language that they are using in their title. So it's an organization, an informal community of companies that they're very, very much attracted to entrepreneurship, innovation, and about starting businesses in the area of high tech. So they're creating on the 26th of June an event where they're gathering together. They have some guest speakers and they're introducing not only just technological challenges or also technological advancements and how these advancements can translate into business models and into new opportunities, but also they will have some keynote speakers who talk about AI and how AI is changing, for example, the scene of creating new businesses, but also what businesses could be doing in their business models. So the Evolve Silicon Brighton, that's why I shared also the link, is a day where technology, innovation, and business community are coming together and they're discussing about those issues. So this year I secured tickets for our cohort and they're going to be attending the event. I think events of such kind can really help any cohort, but also the individuals within the cohort to really understand the broader context within which what they are taught in an MSc or what they are supposed to be practicing can have real implications. So this is through such events you can connect, you can meet people, you can be inspired. And also, like if you already have an idea yourself, like for example, Rotimi, I guess it would be great if you were attending such an event back in 2024 that really inspires you and gets you connected with the immediate with the local ecosystem.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Marina. And I have dropped that link you shared
Thank you.
in the main chat as well. The next question that we've got is, what does the support from the Sussex Innovation Centre look like? And I know both Marina and Maureen answered this question. So if anybody would like to chime in on this, please do go ahead. Maybe we can start with Marina.
Actually, I did not have a chance to do that, but it was just a question popped up as Rotimi was describing his experience with the Sussex Innovation Centre. So the Sussex Innovation Centre is a separate entity that really becomes as an incubator of ideas. And I think Rotimi already provided the details of the support that you are getting, both in hands-on supervising or coaching. I will call it basically coaching around how you can develop your business model. It's about, because the business model is basically a set of hypotheses that you're making of how something that you think is an idea could work as a business. So they are working with you in order to challenge you, in order to invalidate some of the hypotheses that you're making. So this is what we call business modeling activities. So I'm not sure if Maureen also had something further to add, and also if Rotimi, but it was just coincidence that the answer came. Rotimi was talking about the Sussex Innovation Centre support that he received as the question was there.
Yes, in addition to that, it's a community. It's a very powerful community that gives you a kind of access to people you will naturally not meet, people you have to go and knock, you have to go write them, they probably not see your email and all that. So they are in that ecosystem, they're in that community. And Peter Lane is the university head of university businesses there, based on the last designation I saw. Definitely, once you're able to get through to him or other people, maybe like the people from the Idea Lab, they quickly look into connections that you want to reach, people you want to reach. They can help you out with reaching them as well. And if you are fortunate to be there in the cohorts, every year there's a cohort. If you are fortunate to be in the cohort, maybe through application, through participation in any of the competition, because it's not winner take all when they do competitions. The winner takes maybe the prize and become a member of the innovation cohort, and then the top, maybe the next 5 people, they probably get the next 5 people to go along. So that's how they form the cohorts. I was fortunate to be top 6 business idea for the Big Idea Contest. The Big Idea Contest, by the way, is coming from the University of California. They've been doing it for like 18 years right now. I have been following it even till now, but it shaped everything for me and gave me that access to the Innovation Center. And then with that Innovation Center, you're able to just build wings. I was able to walk into the University of Southampton, and then I went to the equivalent of the Innovation Center, and I started to reach out to them in the spirit of what I want to do with the digital infrastructure that I'm creating in the UK. And then I was able to talk to them. I was able to discuss with them because of my experience from the Sussex Innovation Centre. And I can as well say, okay, I'm going to bring the 2 universities together to work on this because I have something very big. And I'll be asking people who are into tech to come on board as time goes on. And if anybody knows that they are into tech, and then they can be part of my infrastructure. I'm looking for co-founder. I'm going to go to the Connect, the Success Connect as well, and see people who I can reach out to. So with this particular course and university, you can actually network. The opportunity is limitless. It just depends on how you're able to put it together and how you're able to bring it together. So everybody that is on board this webinar that will be listening to this later should really look at capturing such opportunities, because there are many. During our time, even the University of Sussex they got an award as the best enterprise development university in the UK in the 2024. So I still have that publication, and it's our cohort was even in the forefront of that publication, and it was very glorious. It's very glorious. So that's just my experience. Thank you.
Thanks, Rotimi. Maureen, did you have anything you'd like to add to that as well?
Not exactly.
No worries.
Everything has been said by Marina and Rotimi already.
No worries. Yeah, very thorough answer. So thank you both so much. And then we've got one more question in the Q&A, but if any of the attendees who haven't had a chance to ask a question yet, if you would like to ask them, again, that little Q&A box down at the bottom there, do feel free to ask any questions that you have. The last question that we've got, is it more challenging to try to address sustainability issues if trying to drive entrepreneurial change in a corporate setting, and how does the course prepare you to do that?
Well, if I can take a first take on this. In entrepreneurship, but also in business in more general, everything in questions of such kind, the first answer should be along the lines of, well, it depends, because everything is context-based. The importance of this context is highlighted throughout our MSc. This is exactly what we actually are known for in this MSc. Is because we recognize context, both, in the first semester modules, you recognize that it's a different thing to try to be entrepreneurial, overall within a society, or through a startup, and different to try to be entrepreneurial innovative within a corporation or within an existing organization. So there are certain modules, such as managing innovation, that really helps you understand the complexities, the challenges, and what it takes to try to be entrepreneurial within such a context, for sure. But also the remaining of the modules, like the new venture creation module that we have, or the social entrepreneurship, or innovation in the creative industries, really much bring forward the importance of the context as another variable that, based on what your context is, you need to create, you need to approach the problems with a different way, and you need to identify opportunities or pitch those opportunities with a different way than, let's say, if you were creating a startup. So I cannot answer whether it's more or less challenging. It can be equally challenging depending on the context. But indeed, our MSc brings forward the contextual differences, helps you understand what you need to be doing differently given the context that you're facing. And that's why the transferability of the skills that you're obtaining for MSc can be quite wide, because you understand, first of all, the importance of context. And once you understand that, first you are able to look at the context, then you can apply the knowledge given the contextual variables that you have in place. But directly, yes, we cover issues of corporate entrepreneurship, as we call it. For example, myself, I'm an expert in corporate entrepreneurship, but also there are modules such as managing innovation or digital transformation that can really help you understand the challenges that you're facing in such a context.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I just wanted to add on what Marina had also shared, and one of the other courses was leading, managing, and developing people. Which sometimes, when it comes to sustainability in corporate spaces, sometimes it's around ethical issues that take place, especially with the team that you have. So I think one of the causes that was very enlightening for me was also that, because I have worked in a bank, and we were trying to, in a business transformation unit in a bank, and we were trying to transform the bank into something that is sustainable. But then the challenges we're having was not around technical capacity of innovation or anything. It was more around the ethical capacity, the team, the decisions, how they are made, and things like that. And I got to have an eye-opening of why those challenges were happening, because I just had to experience the leading and managing people courses at University of Sussex, which maybe I would have done differently in the bank if I had the course before. But it has now shaped how I also champion things around sustainability and also around managing innovation when it comes to aspect of people you're working with or people who have to make decisions around this. So I feel like you get to experience all this, as Marina said, because the courses are structured around these perspectives as well, and these things that could be some sort of challenges, and some places it's around people, some places it's around technical team.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to add to that too, to draw it closer to my practicality in what I do. I wanted to also say that leading and managing people was part of the module that could address the corporate entrepreneurship. We also have what you call the entrepreneurial managers. That's an employee who runs the business as if he's the owner of the business. And then that concept has been able to help to promote a lot of what entrepreneurship can do, even when you are not interested in starting up your own business. But when we look at this particular model that Maureen talked about, in Nigeria, Nigeria ranks as one of the highest countries in the world for road accidents. And then you keep wondering what's the problem. If you look at the roads in Nigeria, so many of the roads in Nigeria are better than the roads in the UK. Forget the fact that it's a developing country according to classification. But the difference happened to be people. The people, the training, the information they have, and the knowledge. That is the gap. And this module solves that. Because when you look at the level of the rigors we go through to learn driving in the UK, it explains why the accident rates are very low. And when you look at the corruptions that does not make the people learn how to drive properly in third world countries, in developing countries, it also explains why the accident rates are high. And that module expressly solve that particular problem, because it goes deep into human psychology, learning, information, application, quality assurance of what you want to pass to people and how they absorb it, how they understand it. You cannot just force people. They must understand why they should do what they need to do. If they understand why they need to do what they need to do, why they should do what they need to do, the pros and the cons, the advantage and disadvantage, who benefits from this effort or this stress, they will be able to do things, and then we'll be able to achieve results. So I just wanted to add that to what Marina said. Thank you.
perfect. Thank you so much to all of our panelists. We do only have a minute left, so we'll wrap everything up now. But thank you so much to all our panelists and all our attendees today. I have popped into the chat our kind of general link. So if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask us, whether it's about this course specifically or Life at Sussex, please do feel free to follow that link. And I can see Marina's popped up as well, a slide with her email on it as well. Thank you so much, Marina. Unless there is anything else to add, I think we will wrap the webinar up there. So thank you so much to all our attendees. Thank you to our panelists, and hope you have a lovely rest of your afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.